You're watching a show with Zay Frank.
1. Wear pants. 2. Your own pants. Someone who wished to remain nameless wrote saying, quote, "I have to speak in public and I'm nervous. Do you have any advice on public speaking? My instinct is to make jokes out of this, but I remember being in your situation and I don't think I would have liked to have heard jokes. So I'm going to tell you some of the things that I know about speaking in public. Habit. 1. Public speaking is weird and special. All those people sitting next to each other so close, their knees almost touching, listening, watching, behaving. In that moment, it's kind of a cathedral, not worshiping you, that would be a mistake, but celebrating ideas and thoughts and people. And because of that, too, it would be silly not to take it seriously, or not to prepare for it, or to do it just to get it out of the way. 3. Don't imagine that the audience is naked when you're about to speak. I don't know who came up with that, but they have a different reaction to naked than I do. Roman numeral 2. Sorry, my formatting's off. Things to think about when you are creating your talk. 1. When I prepared for my first talk, I fell into a sort of a trap. I started to imagine how talks were supposed to be. I imagined saying profound things and pausing. I imagined summing up very complicated things into grand statements and being taken very seriously. In other words, I imagined doing the sorts of things that would make me look like a giant douchebag at a dinner party. 2. I don't think there is one correct format for a talk. I think you have to find a format that is an extension of you. Normally you're being asked to speak because you've done something that other people are interested in. Approach the style of your talk in the way that you do that thing. For example, if you're going to speak about origami, do it in the style of origami. I don't know what that means, but I think you will. 4. Sometimes when I'm preparing for a talk, I get overwhelmed because I start to feel that my ideas aren't good enough, or that I'm not making sense, or that I'm a fraud. When this happens, sometimes I write an honesty talk, where I tell the audience exactly all of those things, all of the things that I'm afraid of and everything that I'm unsure of. This often helps me remember the things that I am sure of and reminds me to say things simply and honestly. 5. If I find myself struggling to find a point in what I'm writing, it helps me to realize that I might not have one. And it's okay to say that. Roman numeral 2, preparing for your talk. 1. Don't read, or try not to. That's public reading, not public speaking. 2. In your day-to-day, try to catch yourself when you get truly excited about something. Feel yourself stutter a little bit, listen to your voice, feel the way that your body moves and your arms shake and your head moves around. Try and bottle a little bit of that up and release it on stage when you're speaking about something that you really think is exciting. There's magic in watching someone have a real emotion like that, even if it's a little bit rough. It's one of the bravest things that you can do. 3. When you're ready to practice, go into an empty room. Now do your talk out loud from start to finish without stopping. Only make corrections when you're done with the entire thing. Some things to note about this. A. Listening to yourself speak out loud in an empty room will be absolutely horrific. If you can get through that, you'll get through speaking on a nice sound system. B. Not stopping ensures that you don't make the mistake of over-practicing the beginning and under-practicing the end. It also gets you used to fixing your mistakes in real time and improvising a little bit when you forget. C. What you're striving for is kind of like two minds. One mind will be in charge of the content and keeping the content moving, while the other mind will handle distractions like people yawning or loud noises or flash photography. It really works, but for it to work, you have to do that process, practicing out loud in a room from start to finish at least 3 times. Roman numeral 3, when it's time to get on stage. 1. It's okay to feel a bit strange and charged and afraid and uncomfortable. 2. Sometimes we confuse excitement with anxiety. Feeling very excited can often feel pretty much exactly the same as feeling very anxious. 3. When I'm about to go on stage, I take a temperature of how I'm feeling at that moment, and I say, this is my baseline right now. This is what's normal. That way I don't go into a spiral of getting freaked out that I'm getting freaked out that I'm getting freaked out that I'm... And if you start freaking out that you're gonna freeze up and not be able to continue, remember you can just tell the audience that, exactly what's going on. You're already a badass for being on stage, and they'll have patience. 4. If you don't know how to start, just look out at everyone, smile, and say hi. 5. Don't pause after you tell a joke. 6. If people start to laugh or clap loudly, start speaking again right after the peak. Think of it as a kind of surfing. 7. If you make a mistake, don't point it out or dwell on it. Just keep moving. The audience has already had to sit through the mistake once. They don't need to hear any more about it, and they will forgive you. 8. If you see someone in the audience that looks like they hate you to death, avoid looking at them. They will try to suck your soul out of your eyeballs. 9. If you need inspiration, watch a video of Spalding Gray. 10. You'll do great. I hope that helps.